Amistad and HarperAudio present A Hard Road to Glory, A History of the African American Athlete, Volume 1, 1619 to 1918, by Arthur Ashe. Read by Landon Woodson. A note before we begin. Don't forget to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider or go directly to www.harpercollins.com/pages/A Hard Road to Glory, Volume 1. It contains statistics and sources from the book. To my wife, Jeanne, and my daughter, Camara. Publisher's Statement. The untimely passing of Arthur Ashe on February 6, 1993, requires telling the story of how A Hard Road to Glory came to be. It is a story that echoes its title, a tale that takes place in the publishing world and yet, not surprisingly, contains similar elements to those found in the world of sports: extraordinary individual effort, unified teamwork, setbacks, defeats, and eventual victory. It is only a partial testimony to a courageous man whom I was proud to have as a colleague and a friend. 10 years earlier, in February 1983, while I was executive director of Howard University Press in Washington, D.C., I received a telephone call from Arthur Ashe. He had heard of my interest in seeing that a work on the history of the black athlete be published. He had expressed a similar desire to Marie Brown, a literary agent, who had referred him to me. He asked me when I planned to visit New York City again, and I told him it just so happened that I had to be there the next day. That was not completely true. However, this subject was of such burning interest to me, and I was so excited that a person of Arthur's stature was interested in writing such a book that I felt I should move expeditiously. The following day, I met him at his apartment on East 72nd Street, where we had a brief discussion. Then we went to his agent, Fifi Oscard, and met with her and Kevin McShane of the Oscard Agency. Arthur presented a general outline of the book that became the basis of our discussion, which in turn led to the negotiation of a contract. On April 5, 1983, with the approval of the Executive Committee of the Commission on Management and Operations of Howard University Press, we formally executed a contract for a book that was tentatively titled A History of the Black Athlete in America. In May 1983, Arthur came to Washington, where we held a press conference and a ceremonial signing of the contract at the Palm Restaurant. I felt ecstatic that we were making the kind of history that would influence generations. It should be noted that Arthur came to Howard University Press because of the more than 20 commercial publishers in New York that he had approached. Not one had seen the value or viability of a book on the history of black athletes. As he was soon to learn, however, Arthur and I had much more in common. We shared similar backgrounds of growing up in Virginia. He was from Richmond, and I am from Portsmouth. We both attended schools, Maggie L. Walker High School and I.C. Norcom High School, that, although segregated, had outstanding teachers who nurtured black students, instilled in them the desire to achieve, and provided important contacts to do so in the wider world. We were proud to be working together. In June 1983, Arthur underwent double bypass heart surgery. Miraculously, in a matter of weeks, he was back at work on this project. His commitment went far beyond intellectual curiosity and enthusiasm. By this time, Arthur had already assembled the nucleus of his research team, which included Okenya Chalk, Kip Branch, Darylene McLeod, and Sandra Jameson. Rod Howard later replaced Miss Jameson.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?